Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Magic the Gathering Arena. So this is probably going to be the first time we've had Magic gameplay up on the channel. Bit of a fun fact, when I first started doing YouTube a couple years back, I was originally going to have my entire channel be focused on Magic the Gathering. The first two videos I think I ever put up, or some of the first videos, I can't remember the real order of things, but they were actually guides on how to play certain types of decks in the Commander format. And Commander is actually a singleton format. Magic is typically played with 60 cards in a deck, and you do get a sideboard for competitive play, but today we're just going to be playing with my Zombie Nation deck. So I made a zombie deck. I'll go through all the cards and kind of the tactics. Now, it's not terribly competitive. I haven't gotten all the cards I need for it, but still it's a little bit of fun. And when I'm bored at night, I finish up editing my videos, well, quote unquote editing. I finish my videos and exporting them and uploading them. I often come on and just play Magic, and honestly I was like, hey, maybe people on the channel will enjoy this. And if you guys do enjoy the Magic and there's a good response to the video, I'll certainly try and put up more Magic content, and I'll also maybe do some streams. I think, streaming the Magic is quite fun, especially when you're doing drafts and things like that. So, or it could be quite fun, because again, I haven't tried it yet. So yeah, this is Magic the Gathering Arena. For any of you guys that don't know, Magic the Gathering Arena is a new thing that's been released. It's been released relatively recently. You have access to the most recent kind of format. So you can play Standard. So all of the most recent sets you have access to. You can play Standard, you can do drafts, you can do all that kind of stuff. And we'll go ahead and take a look here at some of the formats. So if we go on play, yes, there we go. So competitive constructed is essentially like best of 3 formats, and you keep playing until you get a couple losses. It's pretty fun for sure. So if I had a really high tuned competitive deck, I could take my zombie into competitive constructed. I would probably win maybe half my games, if not less, because most of those decks are super. It's like going into Total War Warhammer, for example, and just playing the most net deck army you can, right? This is where you go to play for keeps. And a really good prize structure. You can do a draft as well. Drafting is probably, I think, the best format for streaming. Essentially, you build a deck from scratch based on packs. You pick one card per pack. And of course, I'll do that in a separate video if you guys are interested. Quick play is casual. That's what we're going to be doing today, just to show you guys kind of the basics. Competitive play, a different type of draft. So Dominaria is a set, essentially. It's very similar to Hearthstone sets, although Magic's been Magic's been around far longer than Hearthstone. So, I mean, Hearthstone's draft, or what is it called in Hearthstone? Like a brawl or not a brawl? I can't remember. But the one, Arena, it's basically just taken from Magic the Gathering's draft system. And you have Singleton. Singleton is kind of a fun format. It's just a casual one. I'm pretty sure this is a cycling format. But anyways, we're going to be playing with the Zombie Nation. And yeah, like I said, you just play the most recent sets. We have a bunch of, these are all starter decks. So they give you a ton of really decent decks to start with. And honestly, some of these are probably better than my zombie deck. But I really enjoy the zombie deck. So we have some Diregraph Ghouls, Dread Wanderers, Fatal Push, Graveyard Marshal. So you're seeing everything has the zombie keyword in the title there on the left-hand side. We have Lords. So Lords in this give buffs to all the other zombies. So this is the Death Baron. Kind of looks like a Nurgle monster a little bit, doesn't it? Anyways, he gives your other zombies 1/1 as well as Death Touch. And Death Touch essentially just makes it so whenever your creature deals damage to an enemy creature, it just kills it no matter what, despite the combat variables. We have Isareth the Waker, just a bit of a fun card. It's not a zombie, but she kind of reanimates things when she attacks. Lord of the Accursed is a zombie lord. Painful Lessons here is going to give us a card draw. Plague Belcher is just, as the name infers, whenever another zombie you control dies, your opponent loses life. He's very powerful for his cost, and he has menace, so when he comes into play, his penalty is that you have to put minus counters on something. So you can kill another zombie of yours with that, and then trigger his ability. You got Josu Ves, the Lich Knight. He's a legendary zombie creature. Normally he's just a 4/5 for 4 mana, which isn't bad. He does have menace, which means 2 creatures have to block him. You can see the tooltip on the left side. This is so much smoother than MTGO. MTGO was the original Magic Online thing, and this is just so much. We have Liliana, Untouched by Death. She's a zombie planeswalker. You can see her abilities here. I'll go through the abilities as we play too. 2 more of the Liliana's Death's Majesty. So there's different variables from different sets. This one's from M19. This one's from, I think, Amonkhet or something. And the Eldest Reborn, it's a saga. So essentially every turn it triggers one of those abilities. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I could spend forever going over the deck tech and all that, but today I really just want to kind of show you guys the gameplay and see if you all enjoy it. It's on the wrong one there. You can pick your icon in that previous screen. So we're just going to do a quick play. Quick play is pretty casual. We're going to be playing the Zombie Nation, and yeah, matchmaking is pretty quick. This is, I believe, going to be free to play. And again, I know with free to play games comes a lot of issues, oh, is it pay to win? And to an extent, yes, it does have that kind of aspect to it. But if you are a huge Magic fan like myself, it's a little bit tricky to get out to your local game store and play. I've been playing 40K more so when I go to game stores. So this is perfect. I still love Magic, and it gives you so many damn cards in the beginning. You get tons of mythics. It's enough to compete. And also, you could just do the drafts. And if you want to focus more on the draft formats and just pay gold for the more casual drafts, you get to keep the cards you draft. And on top of that, it's it doesn't matter. It's relatively speaking skill on skill. There is some RNG with getting better packs, but for the most part it's not too bad. So Bit of a slow hand here. My opponent's going first, which means I'm on the draw. So both players draw 7 cards here. And I have the Minotaur, which costs 3. She costs 3, so I have a decent curve. I mean, I could curve into Liliana on 4, but I would love to get some 1-drops, but I'm just going to keep it. I don't think it's worth mulliganing. I mean, I do have 8 1-drops, which I need to get out pretty fast in this deck. Although, I would say it's more of a mid-range. So my opponent is playing red-green. So he played the Timber Gorge, which comes into play tapped. I played my land, passed back to my opponent. So right now we have the Planeswalkers. Hopefully it doesn't look like he's coming out too fast. I have a feeling he's playing dinosaurs or dragons or something, so we might just get stomped. So we do get our 1-drop here on turn 2, which isn't as good. It's a 2/2 for 1 mana, so 2 damage, 2 health. It does come into play tapped, which is its downside for being like so cheap. That's anything time you see something that's like absurdly cost effective, there's always like some sort of a downside magic. So the Draconic Disciple. A little bit scary actually. Oh man. All right, so we're gonna play. Well, if you're playing Magic, you typically like you can see the phases here. So untap, first main, combat, second main, end turn. So you like right now I want to attack, right? I mean, this is just kind of out of principle because then he has to make a decision on whether he wants to block or not before I play my next thing. Now, if I had played this before I attacked, he could have taken that into the consideration for his decision making. So I might lazily do that, but yeah, anyways, we're gonna play Planeswalker next turn. Hopefully he doesn't drop a bomb right here. I really need him to stall out this turn because if he drops a fat angry dragon, oh, that's exactly what I was talking about. We do not want that. Oh man, I'm just gonna get roasted. So when this thing attacks, it does 4 damage. It's just pure crunk nasty. Thankfully, it taps itself down for 2 turns. So we are going to get that is tapped. We could do Issereth the Awakener. I think we have to do Josu Vess here. So he's all tapped out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna play Josu Vess. He does have a kicker option, which means you can pay extra 6 mana. And that actually gives you like 8 zombies on the battlefield. Of course, I don't have enough for that. 4 mana. So we play him. We're going to do an all attack here, and we're going in. So for even on health, I would say he has an advantage. He has 5 mana because he's going to keep playing big dragons, and I needed to get a faster board presence on him. So if this was like competitive, it would go to a best of 3, but this is just, you know, casual quick play. So we'll do a couple of these probably. You know, we might be able to pull it out. If he doesn't do anything here, we can play our Planeswalker and then actually do some kill off his Draconic Disciple, I think it's called here, which would be pretty good. So thinking about what to play. There's a turn timer, of course, very similar to like Hearthstone, for example. But yeah, I actually do want to draft this. I think it would be fun to just jump on at like 10 o'clock at night. Oh, another one? Man, horrible. These things are so nasty. When they attack and exert themselves, they actually freaking... Oh, it doesn't look like he exerted that one. So he's just trying to finish me off, it looks like. Okay. So we are going to play Liliana Untouched by Death. So he's a little bit strapped for mana here. So we're going to do this. Target creature gets -X/-X, where that is the number of zombies I control, which is 2. So we're going to kill his wizard here. And I can't block either of these guys, so we're just going to attack and see what we can do. We get him down to 10, but we're definitely in the danger zone here, guys. Like, unless we draw... I think we have, like, the Eldest Reborn, which is a removal spell, but I don't think we have enough mana. So he got off to too fast of a start. Him going first was really advantageous with like kind of what he had. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't have removal for his creature there. That would have been good. So these guys, when they exert, he has a choice here. He can, if I were him, I would probably just attack me in the face. Because if he does that, if he attacks me, it's going to put me to 4. It's putting me on a clock. Then I'm just pretty much toast next turn, even if I kill one of these. Or he could choose to exert them, which would then tap them down, but that would allow him to kill something. Because whenever you exert them, which means you kind of like extra fatigue, it's like a keyword in the game. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Is he going to exert them, though? We have to find out here. He's going to kill my Planeswalker. 4 of it's going to my face. So this gives me a chance to actually survive since he attacked my Planeswalker. So if I can kill one of these with, like, if I get a good top deck here, like a removal spell, something, we could be in okay shape. We're going to find out. So that just left the door open to an extent. So he plays the Dragon Egg. I think we're toast, guys. Liliana can do -2/-2, which is just until end of turn. Yeah, so I don't know if we can do anything. We could do our minus ability to cast something from the graveyard. Nothing there that's going to be that useful. So we could just go out with a bang. We're just going to play the Lord of the Accursed. And check this out, this damage multiplier. It's pretty good. We have like 8 damage on board. Double attack with all these characters. And he can block with the Dragon Egg. And when it dies, he gets a little like dragon, which is pretty cool. And I'm excited you guys got to see a dragon deck too. So that dies. When it dies, he gets a little like whelp, which is pretty funny. But yeah, it was a close game. Like, either of us could have killed each other. I think it really came down to who went first in that one. So that's why, like, the best of 3 format's pretty good. So well played to my opponent. We'll just go ahead and concede out because he can easily just kill me here. Oh, no, I got to click good game. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a good game, Hanzo. I'll see you again on the other side. All right, guys. So now we're back with the second game here. My apologies for the cut. Unfortunately, I played against a couple opponents who just got mana screwed, and, the games weren't terribly fun to watch. So we're just going to be jumping over to this game here. What mana screwed essentially means is that when you draw your opening hand, you don't have any lands, and you can mulligan and draw a new hand of 6 plus a scry, which means you get to look at the top card, but for some reason they didn't. They kept like 1-land hands, or the guy was playing. It was kind of weird. But anyways, we're here. A decent opening hand. We're going first. 4 1-drops and a Fatal Push. 2-land hands can be a little bit risky to keep, but under these circumstances, I think it's going to be okay. So we got this. We have plenty of 1-drops. We're just going to be going in just fast and balls deep here. Hopefully it'll work out. So turn 1, we're going to play the dreaded Dread Wanderer. So the Jackal Zombie Man himself, making his, was he in the last game? I can't remember. I think he had an appearance, but he's really good. You can pay 3 mana, return Dread Wanderer from the graveyard to the battlefield. Incredibly powerful stuff. But you can only do that if you have 1 or less cards in your hand. But we're basically playing a deck that's just going to be like throwing up on the board. We're like, go zombies, go attack. And he's playing red, so maybe we're going to get some goblins. Maybe. So, like I said earlier, you always want to attack before you show your hand, right? So I attack now. If my opponent had like a lightning bolt or some sort of cheap spell, he would have had to make the decision whether he wants to use it on the Dread Wanderer. And now I can just be like, the jig is up, and just start playing my other creature. So we're just going in fast. If he has any board wipers, we're probably screwed. But this is how the zombie deck is supposed to play, is really fast and aggressive. And then from here, you get like a Lord on like your 3rd or 4th turn, which makes them all 3/3s. And then the force multiplier of that is really, really powerful. Every time I see that damn scorpion crawling across the screen, I like get like triggered a little bit. I'm like, oh, like I get that shiver. Like there's a spider on my screen. It's just pure insanity here. So a pretty fast turn two. My opponent, thankfully, he does have a land. I got worried there. I was like, oh, does he not have anything? Oh, goblins versus zombies. Yes, quite thematic. So he's getting his little dudes up. Draw the Cursed Minotaur. So first we're gonna attack. He's probably gonna block the Dread Wanderer with the zombie, or 2 for 1. He could like block one of my ghouls. So he's gonna block there. Oh, he's double blocking one of my bigger guys that have 2 health. So basically, you assign like the order you want the damage to go, and yeah, the lads were not ready there. They got punished pretty good. So next we're gonna play the Cursed Minotaur. He's very good. Well, I mean, he's not like insane, but as far as like zombie tribal goes, he's useful. And when the Firewalker enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker, so he just blasts me in the face. So we are going to use a Fatal Push. So Fatal Push destroys target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less. Opens up the board, and then we can just get in there. It's all wild-like. So that is an instant. I could have done it on his turn, but the reason I did it there is because I wanted to keep him from being able to block, essentially. So he's got 4 lands. He needs some creatures fast. I do have removal, though, so it's looking decent for me. Let's see, in his second main phase, is he going to play anything? I mean, if he doesn't play anything, he just loses. Pretty sure. Oh, he might have, like, a spell he's going to try and, like, blast me with. Got an attack here. Yes, good, Anakin. Good, Anakin, good. We're swinging in. We're going for the fences. We got 7 damage. He's got 7 life. He's going to need a lightning bolt or removal, and he does have a lightning strike. So he blasts the Minotaur in the face. I wonder if he has another one. He might. So blockers, damage. He takes 4. So he's down to 3. We'll play the Dread Wanderer here. And guess what? Do I have another Dread Wanderer in the graveyard? No, he didn't kill it. He killed the other one. So, all right. So we're threatening lethal next turn. My opponent has 5 cards in hand. He could easily potentially stay. Okay, the Fire Elemental. So Fire Elemental is just a 5/4. It's nothing special. So he's dead at this point. He can only block 1 creature. So yeah, that's gonna be it. So well played, my opponent. We're gonna play Lord of the Accursed. Just what I was looking for, which makes all my characters 1 stronger. It's really good. And then we just attack. He's gonna block 1. You can see the Fire Elemental going for the actual one that I can't bring back, and then he takes it. So that's gonna be it. The fat 1-1 so far, guys, on those games. That was like a mono red aggro deck. I think that guy might have been more of a beginner because normally you wouldn't play something like a Fire Elemental. It's a pretty bad card. But yeah, we'll go in, get one more game. All right, guys, and now we are back with game 3, which is going to be a showdown between myself and Sir Damelek, which is going to be some fun stuff. So my opponent's going to be going first, which means I'm on the draw. As far as my hand goes, it's looking pretty good. Got my swamps, I got my Diregraph Ghoul, Fatal Push. I have a 1-drop, I have removal, I have a 3-drop. And I have a pretty good end curve card as well, so definitely quite happy about this. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna see what happens. We're going for gold here. Hopefully my opponent does get his lands. We can get a full fleshed out, fun thematic battle here, and yeah, we'll go from there. So Fatal Push. We're gonna Sparta kick some people off hopefully a high ledge. So here he does have the Sulfur Falls, which means he's playing red blue, which is kind of like the counter and burn style of play. So he's probably gonna have counter spells, removal, some sort of witchcraft. Always a good time. So let's see what he does. That land, this is a dual land, so it does give both colors, but it has like conditions upon which it comes into play. So you can see here, he plays the Fanatic. Haste, sacrifice it to deal 1 damage to any target. Oh, that thing's pretty cool. Oh man, he's playing a really aggressive deck. I am quite grateful I have Fatal Push. Okay, so he attacks with the Fanatical Fireband. Is that a goblin or is that like a monkey? I'll take a look and see what that is. But he's just coming out of the gate swinging, just super aggressive here. So he did attack me. For some reason, the attack animation didn't register. Sometimes that happens. It's a Goblin Pirate. Okay, and this guy is... What does this thing do? Sacrifice it, counter target spell or ability that targets a creature you control. Okay, so do I want to get rid of the Firebrand? I mean, I might as well just kill the little goblin. No, because he can sacrifice it in response, but actually he can't because I have any like 1-drops that I'm concerned about. I could just remove this because that's going to be like protecting things, but I think just for the sake of getting rid of his removal, I don't have that many targeting spells, so I think it's okay. And then we're going to actually attack. We have to put the tempo on him a little bit. So next turn we play the Plague Belcher. We're probably, or maybe the Minotaur, then the Plague Belcher. We're actually going to curve right into the Eldest Reborn, which is our Saga. So when this comes into play, you see the ascending effect. So it says 1, 2, 3. It's going to do one of those each turn. So it'll make him sacrifice a creature, which is nice. And he actually can't counter that effect because with his Storm Call or Siren Storm Tamer, because I'm not targeting the creature, it targets the player. So he plays Earthshaker. When it enters the battlefield, target creature with powerless can't block this turn. And it does have haste too. So, oh man, this is an interesting deck. It's like very aggressive. 3 damage coming into my face, always a good time. And now we are back in action here. So we're gonna do this. We are gonna play the Minotaur. Yeah, I mean the Plague Belcher would be pretty nice. But the Minotaur does have Menace, so on the attack it would be a little bit more effective, I think. So I want to keep this guy to block. Yeah, we're gonna keep this to block against the Storm Shaker or the Earth Shaker. Potentially. I don't know, he probably has some removal though. Like red-blue is just oftentimes very aggressive with like cheap removal and cheap counterspell. So he's playing something here, Combat Celebrant. What does this do? Wow, that's really good. So he gets 2 attack phases. Hasn't exerted this turn, you may exert it as it attacks. Okay, so he can't do that until next turn, which is nice. He's still gonna hit me in the air for 2, and I can't stop that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Man, okay. So we're gonna play a Diregraph Ghoul, and then we're gonna play a Plague Belcher. Do I want to put the counters on the Ghoul? I think I just want to put the counters on itself. It's still a 3-2. Okay, so do any of these guys have first strike? I think I need the blockers now. I could attack. You won't be able to block it, but I think it's more about stabilizing and getting the Eldest Reborn, because once that comes out, I think he's in trouble. He's just raw dogging it, because this guy's going to give him 2 attack phases. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna hang back. I know I maybe should have attacked there, but I'm just being really conservative because I don't know if he has like a haste creature or something. Okay, so he's thinking about his attacks right now. I don't know if it's really gonna benefit him to get 2 attack phases with the Celebrant because I'm gonna kill it when he attacks. Unless he has a combat trick in his hand. He has 1 card. Okay, so he's attacking with Earthshaker. So we'll just block here with this Haggard Zombie. We're gonna take 2. My opponent's going to lose a life from the trigger here. That's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable now. So we are going to cast the Eldest Reborn, and Bajosi Vest would be really good. We're going to cast this. So when it comes into play, each opponent sacrifices a creature. It looks. I love the art on that. It's so cool. So yes, he's just going to sacrifice one of his little birds probably, which is fine. Yeah, he doesn't have a counterspell. Okay, that's good. Next, we're going to attack with the Minotaur, I think. Actually, no. Let's attack with the Plague Belcher. He doesn't have enough to block it because it has Menace, so... Alright, so we're in okay shape. We're in a relatively stable board situation. Next turn, my opponent's going to have to discard a card from the Eldest Reborn, the Saga that I have. So he's probably just going to empty out his hand here, I would imagine. Hopefully he doesn't have enough mana to play both. That'd be really good. Creatures you control with power... With power... Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less. Wow, that's really good. He's going to get to hit me for like a ton of damage here. That is... He might actually just win the game here. Yeah, that's pretty wild. It's so cool. Oh, well, he can't do that again. Okay, I might actually have a chance. He gets to hit me again with the bird, which is fine. Each opponent discards a card. That's all good. Now, Death Baron gives me Death Touch. I can't block any of his creatures anyways. He's going to hit me for 2 next turn. So here I have 8 damage on board. I think this is the better play. I can't block any of his dudes. Because it's power or toughness? We're just going all in. He could choose to block, but he's not going to. So if I had played Death Baron there, it would have been an extra 3 damage. He would be at 3. But here, we're going to play Josu Vess. And then we're going to Death Baron, which is going to be like a huge multiplier the next turn. He might have a burn spell. Oh, this guy can... Oh, Eternalize for 6. Oh, that's so not good. Well, I couldn't block him anyways. Okay, he can't kill me. I don't think. Oh, yes, he can't. Oh, no, he can't. Okay, I can block that guy. Thank goodness. Oh, no, I screwed up. I should have read the card. Pretty sure. Well, when he enters the battlefield, target creature with power less or equal to. Oh. Ooh, thankfully Josu Vess is like powerful enough. Oh man, that is some scary stuff. Yeah, he's realizing now that I can block him, so it's less than or equal to. I think, is that what it says? Target less than or equal to. Huh. For some reason, I don't think he did the effect. Weird. Maybe it has to be less than. I'm not. Anyways. Okay, so this is good. So I get one of his creatures. We're gonna take the. I can go into my graveyard too, but that's kind of pointless. We're gonna take his little firebrand. All right, so now there's gonna be a reckoning. So we play the Death Baron. It gives us the force multiplier. Then we just gotta go to the wall here. In the words of Little John, to the windows, to the wall. Attack my minions! I should have used the firebrand first to ping his bird to get rid of his blocker, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure he's just dead. Because that guy, we have a couple menace creatures. Josu has menace, Plague Belcher has menace, the Minotaur has menace. Yeah, he's toast. There's no way. I don't think. I could have done the math, but I'm just like eyeballing it. He's gonna lose those 2 creatures and those ones, yeah, and he's still taking 7 damage. Yeah, there's no way he can survive. The menace is really good, making it so he has to like double block. Okay, I like this guy's deck though. It's really cool. It doesn't really matter how we do the order. Yeah, and then he just surrenders. Well played, Sir Damlik. That was fun. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think those 3 games will be good for today. If there's, if you guys want to see more Magic, please let me know. I really do enjoy it. Let's just open the pack with you guys while we're dealing. You can get packs pretty often for just playing, honestly. It's a little easier to get into than Hearthstone. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's for my Dragon deck. Whenever you cast a creature spell with 4, 5, or 6, yeah, so you basically just use this with your Dragon deck. It's pretty cool. But yeah. So guys, if you enjoy Magic the Gathering Arena, you want to see some more of it, I would love to do it. Like, I play it every night anyways, so I might as well just record it or stream it for you guys. But essentially, what we could do is, well, let's go ahead and take a look here. We'll go home. We could do what's the draft. So we could do like a competitive draft, for example. Let's go ahead and take a look. And yeah, you can see here, you open 3 packs, you pick a card from each pack, you keep like passing it in a circle until the packs are empty. And then you play until you get 2 losses. And you can get some really cool prizes. It's really fun and engaging. So I definitely think that would be fun. But anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this this off content. You know, this the secondary content. Don't worry, Total War is always it's my passion. I love Total War and the Warhammer series and all that stuff. So you guys will be probably getting hints of Magic as well as Warhammer 40K in the future. But let me know if you guys want to see more. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time and take care.